Do you know who was named East Bengal club's best midfielder of the millennium? I'm sure you will be scratching your head. Who are the first Indian footballers who come to your mind when you think of an outstanding player who could speak Nepali? Did you say Bhaichung Bhutia? Or if you have been following Indian football for a while, you might have guessed Shyam Thapa. But today, we are not talking about either of them. One more hint. Can you name one of the greatest Indian football midfielder whose last name was Chhetri? Did you say Sunil Chhetri? He is a forward, not a midfielder. Unfortunately, even modern-day East Bengal fans would not be able to name him easily. He was Bahadur Chhetri. Bahadur Chhetri was a magical player, capable of dodging not only the opposing players but the very grass itself. Those who have had the privilege of playing alongside with him, facing him as an opponent, or simply watching him weave his magic on the field can attest to his unparalleled skill. Widely regarded as the finest Indian midfielder of the 20th century, Bahadur Chhetri's name may not be as familiar as most of his contemporaries, but his legacy as a footballing maestro remains undisputed. It is unfortunate that we do not have more footage of our vintage football players from the past. If we did, fans of the present and future generation would cherish them and take pride in these extraordinary Indian players. Bahadur Chhetri was born in Dehradun, India on February 15, 1935. His father worked a low-wage job at the Indian Forest Research Institute. Like many Indian footballers of Nepali origin, Chhetri's family had migrated from the beautiful hills of western Nepal to the valley of Dehradun. Despite his humble beginning, Chhetri's talent was undeniable. He seized every opportunity that came his way. Bahadur Chhetri began his football career with the local club Amar Jyoti in 1954. Over the next 2 years, he honed his skills in local matches and represented Uttar Pradesh in the Santosh Trophy. His big break came in 1956 when he participated in the DCM Trophy, the Delhi Cloth Mill Trophy, one of the most popular tournaments in North India. Chhetri's team exceeded every expectation and reached the final, but they were ultimately defeated by East Bengal 2-0. In this DCM trophy, J.C. Guha, a legendary East Bengal official with a keen eye for talent, was impressed by the young midfielder and immediately offered him a contract to join East Bengal. In this way, Bahadur Chhetri became a pioneer, being one of the first players from Dehradun to successfully move to a bigger club. He began his remarkable East Bengal career in 1957. In 1957, East Bengal was rebuilding with the aging Pandava stars no longer the dominant force. The red and golds needed some new blood to rejuvenate the squad, and Bahadur Chhetri was one of the most promising young players in India. He was typically deployed on the left flank and often tasked with marking the likes of Chunu Goswami and P.K. Banerjee, two of the most skillful players of their generation. Chhetri rose to the challenge, excelling in his defensive duties and keeping even the most talented opponents at bay. He quickly made his mark, delivering one of the most famous performances in his very first season against Mohammedan Sporting. Those who witnessed the match still vividly recall every move and tackle. Chhetri collided with Salim in the air, opening up a deep wound on his head and causing him to bleed profusely. Despite the injury, he refused to leave the pitch and played on with his head heavily bandaged. Chhetri put in a heroic performance, tackling ferociously, making a number of goal line saves and even heading the ball clear with his injured head, causing him to bleed again. East Bengal went on to win the crucial match 3-0, and Chhetri may have lost consciousness at the end of the game, but he gained a legion of die-hard fans in this process. Bahadur Chhetri's impressive performance in his first season with East Bengal caught the attention of Mohan Bagan, who offered him a lucrative contract. However, Chhetri remained loyal to East Bengal and to J.C. Guha, the man who had given him the big break. Bahadur Chhetri helped East Bengal break a 7-year trophy drought by winning the IFA Shield in 1958. Despite East Bengal's poor season in 1959, Bahadur Chhetri had a stellar year personally and was named the Player of the Season by the Calcutta Veterans Club. In 1960, his consistent performance earned him the captain's armband, and the tide soon turned. Under his leadership, East Bengal won the Durand Cup in 1960-61. In 1961 was Chhetri's most successful season at the club, as they won the first Calcutta League title since 1952. In 1962, he played a crucial role in helping East Bengal win their second ever Rovers Cup trophy. Bahadur Chhetri was a regular starter for the Indian national team in the late 1950s and early 1960s. He was part of the legendary coach Syed Abdul Rahim's golden era team. At the 1960 Rome Olympics, Chhetri made his mark on the world stage. Rahim's team was on the verge of a famous victory over the 1958 FIFA World Cup semi-finalist France when, with just a few minutes remaining, Chhetri received a pass near his own penalty box. He chose to play it out and start an attack, but he slipped and lost possession. Point gun was hovering nearby and gladly took the gift, denying India a famous victory. It was ironic that Chhetri, of all players, made the error that helped France equalize. Bahadur Chhetri and Indian national team learned from the mistake in the Rome and peaked 2 years later at the 1962 Jakarta Asian Games, where they won the gold medal. Chhetri played a key role in leading India to the finals. This was coach Syed Abdul Rahim's last major tournament, and it is considered the end of the golden era of Indian football. Did you know? They say Coach Rahim took Indian football to the grave along with him. To learn more about this astute coach, click on the link on the top right corner of your screen. Bahadur Chhetri maintained his high level of performance throughout his career. In an era where forwards typically receive most praise, Chhetri's left foot stood out for his remarkable consistency. No East Bengal fan or official remembers Chhetri playing a single poor match during his time at the club. Bahadur Chhetri was a highly skilled and intelligent midfielder. He was known for his passing, tackling, game sense and clean playing style. His tackles were particularly famous as he had the ability to win possession without committing fouls. Despite marking some of the most talented players of his time, Chhetri was never sent off. Even his opponents respected him for his clean playing style. Bahadur Chhetri, popularly known as China Wall, he was also known for his excellent physique and stamina. He was a relentless presser and could also pick out defense-splitting passes. In modern terms, Chhetri would have been considered as an all-action midfielder. Like all Gorkhas, Bahadur Chhetri was a man of his words. When he signed for East Bengal in 1957, he promised to play for them until he retired. Guess what? He kept his promise. And his East Bengal career ended with his retirement in 1967. Many do not know Chhetri was not only an Olympian footballer, but he was also a member of East Bengal's hockey and cricket team. Even today, historians remember him as a great all-round cricketer. Bahadur Chhetri, unlike Muhammad Habib and other players of his era, received no recognition from the All India Football Federation (AIFF) or the Indian government. The best midfielder of the millennium certainly deserved at least an Arjuna award. Why was this disciplined man from the hills of Dehradun ignored and deprived by AIFF and the Indian football? Was there any favoritism going on based on origin and language? Thankfully, East Bengal did not forget its once favorite son. Bahadur Chhetri, very few players have represented the club with such distinction, and it was no surprise when he was selected as the best midfielder of the millennium in the year 2000. I'm glad to report that Bahadur Chhetri was still alive when he received this honor. The gentleman deserved to be recognized during his lifetime. Sadly, a few months after receiving the honor from East Bengal, Bahadur Chhetri passed away from a massive heart attack in Dehradun on December 4, 2000. Bahadur Chhetri was a beacon of hope for the people from the humble hills. He showed that with discipline and dedication, we can surmount any challenges and achieve our dreams. Let us keep Bahadur Chhetri's legends alive. We can pay our due respect to our unsung heroes of the Indian football by sharing their stories with the world. It costs no money to do, so please share this with every Indian regardless of whether or not they are football fans. If you like this research and the content, please smash the like button. Please follow me at Engineer Shrestha for Indian football updates, life in USA and interesting topics from Bharat. Jai Hind.